Georgia, Puerto Rico, Slovakia, Guinea Bissau, El Salvador, and Australia. This is Group 13 of the Head-to-Head Challenge. First three contestants are Georgia, Puerto Rico, and Slovakia. How are you this morning, ladies?
Oh, great.
Did you girls have breakfast?
Yes.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just coffee for now.
It's almost lunchtime now.
Yes. I needed my breakfast. But I had chocolate, so I think I won.
Chocolate is enough, Georgia, I think.
Yes, it is.
But let's begin the head-to-head, and we'll start with Georgia.
My name is and I'm from sunny Georgia, the country having a centuries-old history, unique nature and wine. Georgia offers you sea and mountain during one season, fascinates you with its fantastic cuisine and hospitality, which definitely brings you back. I currently work as a TV host on one of the national TV channels. I have to admit that I love a healthy lifestyle. My biggest hobby is working out. I go to gym 4 days a week. However tired I might be, I always gain new strength and happy attitude after a workout. I have passion for writing since my childhood. When I was working as a social media manager for Chess World Olympiad, I had a personal fashion column. My articles were about the stylish and fashionable chess players who I discovered during the Chess Olympiad. Apart from my personal blog, I wrote some interesting facts about Chess World.
Okay, Georgia, you play chess, but apparently you do it at rooftops. In Georgia, is this a common thing?
You know, like as I mentioned, Georgia is a country of hospitality and kindness, but it's also a country of women chess champions and world chess champions. So in my life, I'm somehow always find a connection with the sport. And you know, the day when I was shooting my introduction video for Miss World, I had rehearsals all night long because I was taking a part in an international TV show too. And somehow we forgot to bring the chessboard. And as I mentioned that we are so kind and hospitable people, my mom just ran to neighboring houses and she was like, "Do you have a chessboard?" And there were children playing the chess set. And when you see like my chess set, it's the one the children gave me. So thank you guys a lot.
Oh, that's good.
For the chess set.
And then you just brought it to the roof.
Yes, I brought it to the roof.
That looked like risky.
It was risky, and I'm afraid it's so high. And I was like, my mom was just calming me down. Nee, just look at me. And I was like making the chess like this, not looking down. But you know, we shot it in Old Tbilisi. I wanted to represent my country because it's one of the most beautiful views. So I was like, I need to forget my fears, because Miss World is about challenging yourself. It's about forgetting your fears, and it's about your country representing in a such beautiful way. So I did it.
I think it was a beautiful result. Your video
thank
is
you so much.
magnificent.
Thank you.
Now, please tell us, what's your Beauty with a Purpose about?
My Beauty with a Purpose is health and education. I think that the whole world today admits that cancer is not a sentence, and it is worth always to find. And me, myself, I had to go in the battle, but we lost this battle because we were battling with my closest person, it's my dad, for 3 years. But we found strength, I found strength to continue my journey because I wanted to give the children the hope that it's worth always to fight, and each day, each minute, and each second is worth finding. So I had to stop my head-to-head challenge because of that, and then I found power in my body back to do it because I have to do it, because this person gave me so much strength and he was with me all the way. and I was visiting the hospitals all days, and I gave them my time, because when you see their parents and the children, you simultaneously see hope and hopefulness, love, and it's very important. And beside that, I think that every child deserves to get the chance to education. So we have a lot of boarding schools in highlands, and they're above 1,040-60 meters above the sea. And these people live 5 days in a week, and they have absolutely no conditions. And there are only 2 days where they can see their parents. And one of the school in Chantilly, it was burned away. So me and the company GIG did everything to get them all the conditions. It's from school staff to washing machines, televisions, because they are cut out of the world. They even don't have internet. So we did everything to give them the condition to get education, because I really think and believe that children are our future, and I really think that they deserve to get the education. So that's my project, and I will continue this project when I get in Georgia, because I'm so happy that Miss World gave me such a challenge to myself to battle my fears, to continue my journey, and to even spread the kindness abroad, not only in Georgia, but beside the Georgia, because there are a lot of people who need our support and our strength. And there are a lot of people who are suffering and who are in the same battle as I did, because I know them, I can hear them, they are all the time with me, and I can say to them that you have always to battle. It's worth to battle each minute, each day, and each second. That's what matters.
Thank you very much, Georgia.
Thank you.
Now it's time for Puerto Rico.
Hola, I am Daniela Rodriguez, proudly representing the Pearl of the Caribbean, Puerto Rico. I am 21 years old, and I am completing my marketing bachelor's degree at Westchester University in Pennsylvania, USA. I have a very lovely and supportive family, and throughout my childhood, they motivated me to an integral development. So I took singing, volleyball, modeling, but above all, they instilled me in values such as kindness and love for others. Being diagnosed with a Wilms tumor at 6 years old defined what my ministry of life would be. Since I was a teenager, I decided to have the courage to turn the crisis into a blessing by focusing on voluntarily serving for the entities of my country that fight against pediatric cancer. I had a second opportunity in life 15 years ago, and today it is a great privilege and honor to continue serving others with all my heart. It is extraordinary to be part of the Beauty with a Purpose platform of Miss World 2019. See you all in London.
So Puerto Rico, what is your Beauty with a Purpose about?
My Beauty with a Purpose project is actually focused on pediatric cancer patients because I'm a cancer survivor. At 6 years old, we were actually living in Italy due to my father's job, and it wasn't until a mini vacation we made to Puerto Rico that my mom would always take me and my sister to the doctors just for an annual checkup to make sure that everything was good. And little did we know that our life was going to change that day. I was diagnosed with a Wilms tumor in my right kidney. It is also known as the nephroblastoma. It is a rare kidney cancer, but this is why I strive for prevention, because I was lucky enough for it to have been diagnosed at stage 1. Still so, I went through the whole process of chemotherapy, and then, we had to move back to Puerto Rico for me to receive treatment, so everything changed. And it really impacted my family, because a few months before that, my grandfather had passed away from cancer as well. So it definitely shook my whole family. But something that I still remember, yes, I was a child, I was 6 years old, so I still had part of the innocence. But looking back at everything that I had gone through now with 21 years old, I really understand what the value of life is. Being so grateful for everything that I have, being able to have just the simple thing as having health, my family around, people who support me and love me. Like, that really is what strives me day to day to just continue growing as a person and just enjoying life, enjoying the small moments.
Yeah, I think that's very important. We just underestimate the power of health.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most important thing that we need. And your Beauty with a Purpose is a little bit, it goes from this, right?
Yeah, of course. So growing up, I would ask myself, why did I go through this? Like, what was the purpose of me going through this? And like being able to have a second opportunity in life, like, what do I have to offer? And growing up, I used to think myself this often, and it wasn't until I was able to volunteer at a hospital and visit one cancer patient for the first time. And when I shared my story with them, seeing their smile and giving me thanks because I gave them that sense of hope really motivated me and inspired me to continue just sharing my story and being able to help them. So this was the moment that I found my purpose. My purpose was to use my story to help all these other cancer patients that are going through the same process. And before Miss World, I would always just visit patients, give them a little bit of my time to share, you know, that appreciation of life, that love and kindness that I feel in my heart. But being able to have the platform of Miss World, I wanted to do something more. So I have been working with the different entities in Puerto Rico to help these patients, that they give free service for them to the patients and their caregivers. I have also joined forces with a new hospital that's going to be built by 2023. It's called the Stephen Anthony's Children's Hospital. And the great thing about this, it's going to be built in the south. And the thing about this, right now we only have 3 hospitals, but they're only in the north. And the biggest necessity of these cancer patients is actually in the south. So when I found out about this project, I knew that I had to join forces because it's definitely going to be a lot of help for the people in the South and the people in Puerto Rico. And as well, I have created a book, which I never thought I was ever going to create a book, but it actually has 30 reflection phrases for 1 month. And this is just a little bit of a gift for me to all these cancer patients, so that every morning they can read one phrase and reflect on that. Be grateful that they have just the simple things in life. They have their family around. They have doctors who want the best for them. Just try to always look on the bright side because that's what's going to get you day by day.
I think I need that book as well. So if you have a copy,
I'll give you a copy.
Please, thank you very much, Puerto Rico. It's a very noble mission, I think. Now we'll get to know Slovakia.
Hello everyone, my name is Frederika Kurtulikova and it is my honor to be representing Slovakia at this year's Miss World competition. I come from the capital city of Slovakia, Bratislava. Traveling is my passion, but Slovakia will always be the place I love to return to. Although it is one of the smallest European countries, it has a lot to offer. And now, let me take you into my life. Being one of 4 children in the family, I was taught teamwork, compassion, and mutual support from an early age. I was very fortunate to have caring parents whom I could rely on in difficult times. They have exposed me to many different things, making me discover my passion for the piano, classical dance, as well as my love for horses and horse riding. My experience as a professional dancer and model allowed me to travel and see the world. These years challenged me in ways I never imagined. I learned 3 foreign languages, English, Spanish and French, to be able to make deeper connections with people of different cultures. I remember wanting to become a psychologist as a child, which has since developed into a passion for acting. I would like to work on movie projects and to be part of the telling of powerful stories and the sharing of important messages. While I definitely want to walk my own path, Angelina Jolie has always been a huge inspiration to me. It is so not only for her successful acting career, but mostly for her human qualities and her philanthropy. I myself became a volunteer in several charities and a sponsor for a little girl. Children deserve access to love and education, and we should try to pave the way for their best possible future. I was the shy girl at school, so as Miss Slovakia, I feel the responsibility to empower and inspire especially young girls. It is giving me the drive to work to be the best version of myself. I live by the words of my parents, be humble but dream big. See you in London for Miss World 2019 competition.
Slovakia, you've been a model for 8 years. You're a pro.
Well, I hope so. But you need to know that it was never my dream or a goal to become a model. As you could see in my introduction video, I wanted to be a psychologist. But when I was like 15, 16, I was always meeting people and they were like, so what is your agency? I was like, I don't have any. And always constantly it was coming. So I was like, okay, maybe it's time to see an agency and just to... because
To try it.
Yeah, I was professional dancer and I was like, okay, that's a new field I can try. So I went to the agency and we were talking about it, what it is to have a life of a model. And suddenly it started to attract me. It sounded so exciting. And then we were thinking like, okay, I can do my first trip abroad, which was going to Lebanon that time. And well, I was really scared because I was 17. I never traveled without my parents. And this was for 1 month. So I was scared, but also I really wanted to go. But I remember everything was set up for me to go. And 1 week before my departure, my mom, she called to the agency saying like, I'm really sorry, but my daughter, she's not going because I'm too scared.
Oh,
and I was
so
like,
sweet.
and I was like, yeah, I'm also scared, but if you don't allow me to go now, next time I will be even more scared because I didn't go through it. So in the end, I went. But that was another challenge that came. I thought that I can speak English because I had it for 3 years in the school. But it's another thing when you suddenly have to use it every day and to experience what it really is to speak some language. So I arrived there and the director of the agency started to talk to me through the phone. And I was like, I just hope this is not going to be questioned at the end because I was just like, yes, yes. And in the end, that was a question. I was just like, sorry, I don't understand. So, but everything was fine. I was there. I was sad in the beginning, but it really taught me so much to overcome my fear, to challenge myself. I discovered passion for foreign languages because I really had to learn English actually by myself, being thrown into the water. And so I think modeling for me was much more than just modeling and working. It was great experience and I had so many opportunities also to travel the world. I have been in many countries and to get to know other cultures that also teaches you to accept and understand other people and just learn from everything you see around.
Yeah, that sounds, I can relate because I'm a model too and I've traveled too, but you seem so mature now just because of it. And now, you're Beauty with a Purpose. What is it about?
My Beauty with a Purpose is focusing on children. So I got the opportunity to support 5 different non-profit organizations, but I'm focusing on orphans, and that has 2 reasons. Since I was a child, Angelina Jolie was my inspiration, and not only because she's so beautiful and successful, but when I was seeing some interviews with her, I really think she has a great personality and great heart. And when I look at her family, she has her children and adopted ones. So I was always like, yeah, I would like to have that in my future. That was one reason, but the other one was also, my parents told me that one of my grandmothers, she ended up in orphanage. And when she was 10 years old, she ran away by herself. So I can imagine that must have been a really difficult time for her. And I always just felt somehow connected to this topic. So for Beauty with a Purpose, I chose to focus especially on orphans. And so I visited orphanage and I could see how their life really is. And in Slovakia, they have covered all the basic materialistic needs. There is so much more that children need, which is love, attention, and at least one person they can trust and rely on. And this is what they are really missing. And then I saw that they are many times very skeptical to life. So I really want to find as many ways for them to have happy, successful, and joyful life.
That's beautiful, Slovakia. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well.
And these were your first 3 contestants. Now you can relax. That was it. It wasn't hard, and you did wonderful, girls.
Thank you.
And to everyone watching at home, remember to vote for your favorite in all our social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Mobster, and of course, MissWorld.com. Our next 3 contestants are Guinea Bissau, El Salvador, and Australia. How are you girls? I see you all smiling. Are you petrified?
No, I'm actually very excited. I don't know about you guys.
I'm so
It's a lovely day today, so yeah.
It is a lovely day,
lovely
actually. Earlier we couldn't even see the Tower Bridge, and now it's full sun out.
Yes, it's a wonderful day.
Well, let's get started. Is that fine with you?
Of course.
We'll meet Guinea Bissau.
My name is Leila Somati, and I'm 21 years old. Very proud to be representing Guinea Bissau on Miss World 2019. I was raised in Portugal, where I completed my primary and secondary school and began my modelling career and back to move to UK in 2014. I'm currently an adult nursing student at Bedfordshire University. Guinea Bissau is located in West Africa, a country full of diversity and culture, with 88 beautiful islands. The language spoken in Guinea Bissau is Portuguese, but majority speaks the dialect called Creole. Guinea Bissau is a very small country with less than 2 million of inhabitants. I am highly motivated, positive, with a passion for empowering others and give back to humanity through charity and volunteering work. I am passionate what I do in life. By helping others makes me very happy. On my spare time, I like to spend time with my family, read books, practice some exercise, work as a part-time makeup artist in my mom's salon, and get involved in children's activities. I like to speak other language, and I can fluently speak Portuguese, English, Spanish, and a little bit of French. My two big achievements in 2019 was supported young people. I went back home Guinea Bissau, where I elaborated my project and helped around 300 children. And also I took part of African Diaspora Festival and supported these young people as a mentor, be modeling, mentoring them and build their confidence, share their experience and get to know their ambitions and their dreams. I'm very excited for the new challenge ahead, and I'm very excited to meet all the other contests, so please support me through my journey on Miss World 2019. Thank you, and I'll see you all there.
Guinea Bissau, you actually work with your mother not far away from here.
No, very close to here.
How is it like to work with your mother?
Well, it can be challenging, I would say, but there's good parts and the bad parts. But the good part is just because it's a family business, so get to work close to my mum. It just makes me feel very comfortable, in a very comfortable zone. When I started with her in her salon, I didn't have any experience, and she was like, "You can do it. Just aim for what you like to do." And I love doing makeup, so she gave me a part of a salon to be a makeup artist, as she's a hairdresser. With the long of the time, I started actually help her with doing hair, braids, wash, and get these amazing looks that she does. And it was amazing because it just makes me feel very comfortable. And my mom is everything for me. So working along with her it's really amazing. But the challenging part, and can be a bit disturbing, is when it's the time that you want to sleep. It's Sunday, it's a beautiful Sunday. You just want to stay at home, but your mom's actually, she wants to stay too, but someone has to open the business. And she's like, "Leila, it's time to get up. Don't you want to go to open the salon?" I was like, "It's my day off." But no, she literally asks you to go through and open the salon. I think that's the only part that is a bit challenging, is just when you want to sleep. She'll say, no, go open the salon. You got 3 customers at the door.
They're like, "Oh,
I'm like,
well,
okay,
I'll
let me go." But it's really nice. I've been really enjoying working with my mom. And this is like her, I think it's on 14 years working together on this. And we just love, and we just like to go around and together, do some shoppings for the salon, and it's just amazing. It's really nice.
I'm sure she's gonna go to the final, right?
Definitely, she'll be there with another looks.
Oh, I'm gonna be looking for the people screaming for you.
Yes, definitely will be there.
And what is your Beauty with a Purpose about?
Well, my Beauty with a Purpose is focused on the education of the children in Guinea Bissau. Unfortunately, they don't have the same conditions as in Europe and other countries. When I went to Guinea Bissau, and I saw the education, and when I was raised in Portugal and came to UK, I had a great advantage of having a good education. But then see them, it made me feel really sad, because these children, they have the same ambition and the same dream as I do. And they cannot actually have the help to have the education, to go through to do a great education. So my project is to give them what is necessary for the great education, support them to realize their dreams. And that's why I went to Guinea Bissau and helped them with support, give them materials, share them with knowledge, bring books for the schools.
But really my dream is to open public libraries so I can see them going there, wrap on a computer, go through its work, search, because these children, they really want to learn and they just don't have what the condition necessary to have that a great education. So I really want to help these children to have a better education and be happier, successful, and just follow their dreams and to be someone in the future to help the country as well and other countries around the world.
Well,
So
thank you.
It's been my dream.
Thank you, Guinea Bissau.
Thank you.
Our next contestant, El Salvador.
Hi everyone, my name is Fatima Mangandi and welcome to my life. Life has given me the most wonderful gift, which is my family. They have been the best example and taught me the love of God through the community service. I have been very blessed to have the opportunity to work and support children. I am a strong believer that a child has a special way of adding grace to the world. My whole life, I have been an active volunteer of different causes, and as Miss World, I want to take it to the next level. I have a degree in the communication science with a specialization in marketing and advertising. I am a runway and photography model. I love my culture and that is why I am a folklore dancer. I like to play transverse flute and all plastic art because that is how I can express myself and I be able to inspire others. I am extremely proud to represent the country of the eternal smile, El Salvador.
Welcome, El Salvador. And
Thank you.
I want to know what you're most passionate about.
Well, my most passion is my career because I decided to start the communication because they make me feel different. They make me feel more creative and make me more confident when I speak in front of all the people. And I remember when I was a child, I had to give a speech in front of many persons. And when I start to speak, I forget anything. And I feel so nervous and I don't remember anything. And I just remember the face of my mom in front of me like this, come on. Speak. Oh my God, speak, Fatima, speak. And that was so terrible, and I feel so bad and so sad for that moment. And this is the reason why I decided to study the communication, because I really want to overcome that bad situation. And now I feel more confident when I speak with other people and when from the others. So I am here in Miss World.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yes.
And we're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, tell me, what is your Beauty with a Purpose about?
My beauty with a purpose is break the cycle of the poverty and the violence of my country. Actually, I working in a poor service community of the volcanoes in Salvador. They live in a bad situation, in a human condition, and they live a situation, the violence, the discrimination. And I feel so sad to see that, but I very feel grateful because I have the opportunity to help these people. And my project working to give the opportunity and how we give the access to a good care, food and the basic product, and the most important, the education, because I am a strong believer that the education is the best way to reduce the poverty in this area. So I really wish in the future give them a best opportunity to live, and I really wish give them blessed and equal life.
And now, Australia.
G'day, my name is Sarah Marshke and I'm proudly representing my country from down under, Australia. I was born and raised in Bundaberg, a small country town, before moving to the amazing Sydney 4 years ago to pursue a career in modelling and rugby league. Sydney is known for some of the most iconic places in the world. One of them being my favourite spot in Australia, and that's Bondi Beach. Being a surfer, you'll catch me here out on the weekends, paddling out with my brothers. and having played every sport under the sun, I find that this has really shaped me into the resilient and ambitious woman I am here today. I was lucky enough to be born into a Christian family where they have taught me many wonderful qualities such as kindness and forgiveness. With 2 supportive parents and 3 loving brothers, my life has been nothing but full of blessings, and I am forever grateful for the love that I receive. Being selected as Miss World Australia has been the most exciting adventure I've yet to embark upon, and I cannot wait to continue my journey in London with many other inspiring women. This has been Sarah Marshke, Miss World Australia.
Australia, you are a surfer, you play rugby and another sport that I can't even pronounce, which is?
Aussie rules.
Okay, you'll say it. And how has it been to grow up as an athlete?
Yeah, my sporting career has definitely been the most exciting journey that I've embarked upon yet. Although it has had its difficulties at times. Being a young girl in Bundaberg, one of the first to play rugby league, I actually got criticised quite a lot for it because it's a man's sport. I remember in grade 7 at our graduation, we all lined up, us kids, to say what we wanted to be when we were older, and the girls before me were saying things like, I want to be a supermodel, I want to be an actress, a singer. And then it was my turn, and I stood there so proudly up tall and said, I want to be a professional rugby league player and one day represent my country. And everyone laughed at me, and it was such a disappointing moment for me because I didn't understand that's what I wanted to do. Everyone else was clapping for the other girls, and I got laughed upon and got told, you're a female, they don't play rugby league. So I will never forget that day and how I felt and how upset I was. But as weird as it sounds, I'm very grateful for the criticism I received because that's what's made me push to where I am today. That's why I've succeeded in my sporting career, because I did have people telling me, you can't do it, you will never make it. So that really pushed me to make it. So I'm very grateful.
Did people tell you also that you couldn't be Miss World Australia?
Oh, for sure. They told me, Sarah, there's no way you can be a footy player and Miss World at once. It's not going to work. Well,
here you are proving everyone wrong, girl.
Exactly.
Congratulations about that.
Thank you.
And now, can you tell me what your Beauty with a Purpose is about?
Yeah, my Beauty with a Purpose is based with young Indigenous and Torres Strait Islanders from Australia all around our country that live in remote communities that do not receive the secondary schooling they need. So I've partnered up with the NRL Cowboys House in Townsville, which is a house that gives these young women free accommodation and the education they need. They have such amazing talent, and all they need is just the right tools to succeed, and that is the love they receive there and the education. And I actually didn't realise how much I would connect with these young women when teaming up with the side there. They are all young and inspiring rugby league women, just like I was, so I know exactly what it was like at their age. They don't have the confidence to succeed, so it has been just such a privilege to be a big sister for them, to be a role model, to push them past the obstacles that they are going to face. And trust me, there are so many. I would know after many operations, many broken bones, I know exactly what the obstacles are about. So it's just been such an honour to work with them and push them to reach their dreams, and I can't wait to continue my journey with them.
That sounds wonderful. I know you'll make a great example for this girl.
Thank you.
Thank you, Australia. And this was it. This was a head-to-head challenge, girl. Was it better than you thought?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like she knows, but
It was so casual.
It was casual conversation.
Yeah,
we need some
really
tea
enjoy
and
it.
cookies or something, please. So this was your Group 13, everyone. Remember to vote for your favorite at home on all our social media platforms, Mobster, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, MissWorld.com. We'll see you soon with Group 14.